Hi, Taurus. I am Lateesha Bynum, Hinton, astrologer, numerologist, and I am here with your weekly forecast for July the 15th through July the 20th. Okay, so I want to start off with some really good news. But before I do that, I want to show you this view that is in front of me. And I am in Lynn, Massachusetts, here at Kings Beach, and it's so beautiful. So you may hear the water hitting the shore behind me. And so we start off this week with a beautiful grand trine in the earth houses, okay? In earth, which is us, right? So I'm a Taurus rising and a Taurus sun, and so this is for me too. So this is very exciting news. So we have Venus in the sign of Virgo, we have Uranus in the sign of Taurus, and we have Saturn in Capricorn. And so they are going to be having a conversation that's going to affect Taurus's on a level of self. Okay, so Uranus is there in Taurus, so this is a level of self change, understanding where we want to change, wanting more freedom. It's going to affect our creativity. Being more analytical, Venus and Virgo, being more analytical about our creativity, maybe a business that we want to start, maybe if we want to have children, or being more critical and analytical about our children, even more protective with our children. And with Saturn in the area of higher education, Saturn is there helping us to, if we want to get a PhD or master's degree, Saturn is there to help that come into manifestation. If we are dealing with issues of maybe immigration or getting legal, anything having to do with legal issues, Saturn is helping that get resolved. This Earth trine, this communication between these three planets is helping that to come to a resolve. And with Uranus involved there, so like if you've been dealing with some legal issues, you've been waiting to see what the outcome will be, this could be a beautiful opportunity for something to happen in your favor. You know, with these all these three talking in the earth sign, and it'll be very practical, something very grounded for you, and that is a huge blessing. If you are starting or learning, going deeper in your religion, whatever that may be that you are studying, you know, this is an opportunity where you will ground down and get that information, having creative ideas about doing that, and understanding your own personal freedom within your studies. Okay, so that's the grand trine that's coming in on Sunday, July the 15th. And then also we still have that sun in opposition to Pluto, and that is happening again in the area of communication with our siblings. That's happening in the area of siblings, and again, the higher communication, that area is being affected as well. So what could this mean? So whenever we have an opposition, you know, this is something that is mirroring us. It typically are people who are standing across from us, and they are mirroring something that is within us. So the opposition can be very challenging. So we have the sun, which is the ego, and then Pluto, which is about power and control and authority. Okay, and so with siblings and loved ones that are really close to us, cousins or neighbors, you know, this could be, you know, trying to understand where we fit in the equation. Or am I able to present myself with my own authority, or are you trying to lord over me? Are you trying to lord over me? Can you appreciate the fact that I have my own ideas, my own way of believing, my own way of seeing the world, and still embrace me and accept me for who I am? These are the type of conversations that could be happening with those who are close to us. Again, siblings, um, neighbors, this type of conversation, this type of interaction. And then on the flip side, so you're asking that of them, and then they're asking the same of you. Do you accept me? Do you judge me? So when we have the opposition, this is something that is coming both ways. And though we only see our side of it, but we have to know that it's flowing both ways, back and forth. Okay, so we have that on Sunday. And then on Tuesday, we have Venus and the moon conjunct. And this is in a place of creativity for us Tauruses. So it's very beautiful. The moon and Venus together, the two feminine signs working together, really kind of the mother and daughter working together to hang out, have a beautiful time, right? Go visit the museums together. Come up with something creative to do. And the Venus is in Virgo. So mother and daughter. It doesn't have to be mother and daughter, but it is just this beautiful feminine energy that is getting along together in a very divine way. You hear that ambulance behind me. I'm sorry if you didn't hear me. But this is a beautiful energy, feminine energy coming together, even if it's not mother and daughter, and if it could be two brothers coming together, but able to get along in a very, very nurturing way. You could come up and you could decide to start a business together. This is that type of energy here. You could decide to start a business together. You could decide to plan some, birthday bash together, right? Where there is, when you're party planning, you are trying to dot all the I's and cross all the T's, make sure we have everybody invited. What is going to be the color schemes? What's the theme of the party? What are we going to eat? So this is the type of energy that will support all of that. If that is something that you want to do, this would be the perfect time for any of that. It's a perfect time to spend time with your children, to talk to them, to love on them, to read books, Venus and Virgo, to read to them, to explain to them, to teach them, to help them with their spelling or help them with math or things like that. Because we're talking about Virgo, who's very analytical, very earthy, very grounded, and this could be a great time for that to happen, and you have the support of the universe for that. Okay, then when we move on to July the 18th. Okay, from July the 18th through July the 20th, this is where things get a little hairy for all of us on the planet, because we have a lot of hard aspects to the moon. And the moon, of course, represents how we feel safe, how we feel nurtured, just, how you have peace of mind. That's what we think about when we think about what's happening with the moon. So starting on July the 18th, we have the moon square Saturn. And for you, this is going to be affecting you, Taurus, in your placement of work, where you work, okay, and where you have your daily activities. Okay, also, Saturn is sitting in the place of higher education, legal issues. It's sitting in the place of marketing, long-term writing, like if you're writing a novel or something like this. So if you are a person who is writing a novel, you're working on that behind the scenes, this type of energy could make that very challenging for you right now, because it will bring you a frustration, where you have that writer's block and you're not able to fully flush it out. Okay, so that's the type of energy that could be happening here. If you are working on a job, okay, and you work it day to day, this type of energy could bring some frustration to you at work. If you have a job where, let's say you work in HR and you have to write the manual for work, or if you have to keep up with the web page at work, this could be a challenging energy for you to get that going. Just a frustration, not able to cross all of the T's and dot all of the I's. The energy, like there's a blockage to the energy there. Okay, so this is how this could present itself for you. All right. Also, in the area of health, okay, you could be concerned about your health. Okay, with this, not really knowing what is going on, feeling restricted, not feeling, not feeling your best. It would be a good time to go visit the doctor. Because you could have some things that are coming up that need to be checked on. Okay, and you're not aware of it, but you're just feeling dis-ease. Okay, on the 19th, again, the moon in the same place where you work, and here's a square to Pluto in the same placement. So Pluto is about power and control, and so again, you're feeling like at work and in the same area of life as regards to your health and so forth. You may be feeling that you're not heard, that someone is pressing on you, overstepping boundaries with you, not appreciating your talents, not appreciating your gifts, not appreciating your ability to write, not appreciating the excellence that you do have. So you're feeling very unappreciated and feeling like those in authority over you are really not on your team. This could also show up if there is something legal that is going on with work. Maybe there's a workman's comp situation that you've been waiting on to try to find out what are the results of it. If you are trying to, maybe you had a legal issue going on at work where you were suing the company, maybe you were terminated, wrongfully terminated. This could be an energy that could be very frustrating for you. Waiting on the answer. You should have already received the answer, but you have not received it. What's going on? Am I going to win this legal battle? What is happening? And then on the other side, they are really working against you. Okay, enemies working against you in this area to try to keep you from being able to finish up. Okay, if there are health issues, this could show up. With the doctor, you're calling the doctor, you're trying to get the results, you're trying to find out, but you feel that the doctors are not really caring about what's going on for you. You're not getting a resolve. Again, if there were legal issues regarding something that happened in a hospital, some kind of wrongful suit, malpractice suit, or something like that has happened about health concern. They did something wrong, and then you sued the hospital, you sued the doctor. Okay, so this is a time where there will be frustration and you're not getting the answers that you've been looking for, that you should have already heard the response to. Okay, and so then once we move past that, on the 20th, on the weekend, we have the moon that moves into the sign of Scorpio. All right, and this is in the area of your partnerships. This is for regarding your spouse or business partnerships, either way. And there is an opposition here with Uranus, and at the same time there is a square to Mars on the same day. And this is going to be Mars is sitting in retrograde status in your house of career, or your house of your reputation to the world. So what is happening here? So with your spouse, this opposition, your spouse or business partners, okay? Because none of these planets or energies are interacting all by themselves, right? So all of this is happening in concert, okay? So we have all of these things going on in the sky and affecting you in these particular ways. So for you, Taurus, this is an energy where you and your spouse you may be wanting more freedom, to do what it is that you want to do. And then your spouse, this could show up in a way where your spouse is saying, no, I want you to remain the background to my foreground. Okay? This could show up like that, where you say, no, I'm ready to explore a new way that I want to look. I'm ready to go. Maybe I want to have a surgery. Maybe I want to have cosmetic surgery. Maybe I want to have breast augmentation, or maybe I want to have, whatever, lip injections or something. It's all kind of things to do, right? Or maybe it's something even more simple. You just want to change your wig or something, right? But it's some way that you maybe want to express your own identity, your own self in a free way, and you may come up against opposition with your spouse wanting you to remain in a way that makes them feel comfortable, okay? And not really wanting you to fully express your own identity for their fear of losing you, okay? But again, this brings you discomfort. And it could be vice versa, because whenever we have an opposition, right, we have, okay, here's the ambulance again. The ambulance is always running around here. So much happening. Okay, so when we have an opposition, there's a mirror effect. So, oh, there's a seagull. Let's see, can you see it? Look at him. When he was flying, he was so pretty. Okay, so when we have the opposition, there's a mirror. Okay, so you may be the one trying to convince your spouse to stay the same and not to be free, not to be themselves, not to explore the things that make them feel great about themselves. This would be, like I said, the mirror effect is in the oppositions. So if it's not coming from you, it's coming from them, or vice versa. Okay? Then the moon square Mars. So here is your partnership, and this is your Mars, and this square representing how your reputation in the world or your career. So this brings a frustration. The squares, this is a hard aspect. It brings a frustration that causes you to move, causes you to take action. And so with the moon, this is your emotion, feeling uncomfortable about your reputation in the world, feeling uncomfortable about your career. And though Mars is retrograde right now, and many astrologers are suggesting that you just go ahead and think about the changes that you want to make, but don't actually make the change. But I feel that you should definitely pay attention to your intuition. If you feel strongly that you need to move out of a workplace or out of a career that is no longer serving you, or out of a situation that in the world is not who you really are, then you need to listen to that, and you need to move with your intuition, okay? And to ease up that square. So this could be partnerships, this could be work partnerships, this could be business partnerships where you are feeling like this is not me, this is not working for me, this is not who I am, this does not it's not me, and I don't feel comfortable. And so that's what this square brings up. It brings up this dis-ease with the moon, with your feelings. You feel uncomfortable, and then you have to make that change. Okay, so this is what we can expect for this week, Taurus. Thank you so much for watching. Please share my videos, like and subscribe to my channel, please, and thank you. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on my webpage, LateeshaBynumHinton.com. If you would like to have a reading from me, I would love to do that for you. Okay, and have a blessed week. Remember, no matter what, the universe is conspiring to bless you at all times. All right? With love. Bye-bye.